that's a saying I have. Agua siempre sí, water always yes. Because when we are thirsty, it's late. It's too late.
Yeah.
So
That happened with me.
whenever we think of water, see someone drinking, and we have it available, just a sip or the most you can. Especially in these environments that we are losing humidity a lot of times. I see it a lot in the machines. Everybody's losing too much hydration through the skin. So it's nice, but we have to bring the part of the cycle of refilling more often, right? So water we see, cheers for the future as well. Yeah, you too. Like you don't stay passive there while just watching, drink. Yeah, no. Sometimes like people alienate and they say, this kid's not talking to me. No, really, it's like you have any cue of any sort, this is your cue, your sign. The what? Good question. I don't know. It started ringing. Like sometimes I forget it on top of my car. It goes, fails, and something, you know.
It's no ice.
Yeah, no ice. And yeah, this is like a very good weapon. So whenever. um, so water always yes. These quality breathings are essential. Imagine how essential is breathing, that is the only autonomous function that we can rule over or decide. So that stress reset started teaching me that I can squeeze out stress that is stored, is loaded in our system. And we see all doctors that are telling, it's just a stress. So when I had psoriasis, it was a stress. You are like having whatever symptom, the belly, gastritis, hiatus, it's all stress. Yeah, but we have power over that stress. And in fact, for sports, technically not only sports, whoever is living intensely needs to know this differentiation of stress. Because if we think it's like the boogeyman, we are scared of stress. It generates those neurotic loops of being scared of stress, or having fear of having fear, or like, those loops. And there's a good stress. It's called the eustress. That is the one that is productive. The one we don't, that's not useful or is dysfunctional, is the distress. So we have distress and eustress. We can always wire it up to be useful. Of course, if you are like in a super cold environment, being under attack and all that stuff is quite distressful, but our capacity of our nervous system is also our perception of it. So I have seen lots of people that they are drinking like poison. For other people it's poison, but they don't register that as if. And there's a lot of people that are health conscious and they have seen too much, they are too much aware, and then they are neurotic about what happens, and the stress itself is more harmful than the thing.
Right, that helps answer.
So that's 30% of the thing, our mind. So that the health coaching, I always bring some empowering beliefs, because there's the big book, the great book, Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. It's amazing. Have you heard of Biology of Belief? Bruce Lipton. He's one of the pioneers of connecting consciousness with the biology. It's amazing. All the subconscious things we are manifesting. And I will talk as well of metaphysical things after the physical, because I like to make sure we are grounded, that physical things that we all can see. But then the metaphysical, when I give this conference to doctors, are like, that's true, yeah, that was from a past life. And then so everybody acknowledges that there's something more, and the miracle remissions had to do something. They did Ho'oponopono, forgiveness, a letter, they let go of something. There's something metaphysical being resolved for the matter to match the upper plane. As above, so below, says the universal rules. So that's why I started being more spiritual channeler. And then my same guides, when I was super vegan, spiritual, Akashic Records, teaching at Deepak Chopra office, I was like, I was super spiritual, and then they told me, come back to the body. Like, really embody what you're saying. And that's why I became health coach, training, more into fighting again. Otherwise, even though we think that we are spiritual, we are like thinking that the body, the 3D is lower vibration, the matrix, and there's like a lot of that. And that dissociates a part of us. But this is the other 30%, the physical body, the matter. So in the matter, I have researched with Daniel, my mentor, and a team of aficionados of health that sometimes they are doctors, sometimes they are nutritionists, sometimes they are just mothers that they are trying to make better their family, their children with autism, veterinaries, working with great people all around the world. We find things that doctors are years to maybe not find it. And after thousands of dollars and studies, they don't find it. That's why when we see with the machine, not only you were doing the parasite checking up, it's so silly to check the stools for the parasites, or even the gynecologists that say, oh, you have nothing, and then the machine says, no, you have it, but it's hidden more in the fallopian tubes or in the ovaries. Yeah, when they see it, it's late. It has to be coming out. The eggs have to come out in that stool, just that stool that you brought. So it's quite consistent studies. And we found that, imagine, these guys, the parasites, bacteria, have been living
There forever.
and grow with us for millions of years. Millions of years. They are smart. They manipulate our neurons inside of the gut to make us want certain things, certain people, to make us horny. That's their mating strategy, is to hypersexualize or want to eat something, to first be fed themselves, to reproduce, be with dogs and stuff, like the toxins of the cats, for example, that we start behaving more subservient to cats. There's a lot of people being very subservient to the cats because of the bacteria they have in their head.
My daughter has 4 cats.
I used to have 4 cats.
Now
And
my
2 dogs.
my cat does not sleep in my bed now. It's like these guys are no. Like any animal, not anymore in the bed after.
Why?
Like, because they are like with the shit in the hands, and then they are going around everywhere, and also they have parasites and everything. You have like triple chances to be with parasites if you have animals.
Wow.
Yeah, my cat sleep in my bed. And
Well,
my daughter's bed.
Then all the families that I see that they have parasites, everybody has to do parasites. Wash the bedclothes, because the parasites can last up to 2 weeks alive, the eggs in the surface. In the fingers, the fingernails, we scratch on it. It's very tricky. That's why even that we are in a war, as I call it, like the proper attitude is, okay, this has been an ancient war, but we had all the resources. Here we have the Botanica. The Botanica is perfect for that, because you have all the herbs, everything to balance. That has always been the medicine. You have the cloves. Now you can take a tea of cloves to clear the eggs, the egg cycle. Black walnut hull, all these things that have been known forever, they keep working. But now, one of the main problems is that the vectors of reinfection are too much. And the food we are eating is very parasite friendly. Like, we have like all gluten, sugar, carbs, all at hand, all year long. And that was not supposed to be like that. We didn't have all this availability of food all year long. We come with this, talking about more the body and then the diet. There's a lot of persons that come here and say, oh, my diet is, and we think that we are counting, okay, 3 almonds, like this portion of that, and they're like counting portions of the daily thing. And we never operated like that in human history. We just ate, okay,
Can you follow?
the tree, we were just walking around. There's a banana tree, and that's the food. There's, berries. Just pick the berries, that was the food at the moment, and in a season. So every fruit, nature was helping us through seasons. So when my vegan friends here in Costa Rica, there's all fruit all year long, come with the pancreas, and the pancreas is exploded. Like this, I have seen even kids here in Costa Rica with diabetes with 9 years old.
Wow.
Hardcore.
Because of fruit they're eating?
It's all sugar.
All sugar, rice. Rice doesn't give you anything, rice.
Yeah, and here the local ticos, they drink a lot of Coca-Cola, more than
Yeah.
water.
Ice, Coca-Cola, the rice and beans, fruit, smoothie, with sugar,
Always.
extra.
Always sugar.
So that's a lot of work for the organs and never have a rest. You never have like a seasonal resting where the organs healed. So now the machine, we check how's the state of the organ to see what's the sequence of rehabilitation of those organs. And many times there are bottlenecks and the dysfunctions are like all interconnected. So whenever we win in one area, everything starts improving. You were asking about the Cambo. You were asking about the Cambo. I came to the Cambo because, of course, I want to embody the best, and that's where I met Maxine. That's amazing. Whenever I find something that I hear great things of and can be a solution, I just try it. So I can see if it works, if I can recommend it. So what happened with Cambo the first time, I felt the peptides, I felt the immune jump start that happens. And even came herpes. It was like the herpes that hides in the organs for a long time, comes out when our system weakens. And I felt, okay, so this is coming up, bringing up the things, and then the immune system can clear it out. The second time I did it, I started puking blood. Because the blood was clearing. There's things that is stuck in the blood and it circulates. The same with parasites. I learned recently that, okay, the parasites are here in the intestine, but they go to the lungs and put eggs. And then you kill them here, and then the eggs come up, and they move freely around us, these guys. Rent-free. Rent-free, being fed, and we are their toilet as well. So then when I see heavy metals, I was talking with my teacher, Daniel, and I say, okay, why these heavy metals? Yeah, because when you have parasites, their heces are heavy metals. They convert it to heavy metals. So that starts generating a lot of issues in the nerves, the blood is thicker, all the lymphatic, the drainage of our system gets stuck, saturated. So it's a whole thing. That's why I say the approach is war. Like imagine being used as a toilet, manipulated psychologically, being eaten because they bite you when they are hungry, and you get annoyed. You see that in children a lot. Children with parasites, that is super common, take years of life of their parents because they are annoyed, irritable. You deparasite them, that all changes. That's huge. Same with animals and us. You feel the state. So I was the first time with Daniel when I came, and the beliefs, right? The beliefs we have. First, I had a lot of resistance. I was very resistant to come to go to do a check. My teachers told me, my spiritual teacher say you should go. Okay.
I will come.
No.
Ah,
It's like,
no.
whatever, guys. I am busy. Then my other friend where I do the adventures. No, I went to Daniel. You have to go and check it out. Okay, maybe another time. Then my neighbor told me Daniel is coming to my house. Like, come and see. Okay, I will just go for tea time. I just went to tea time. He was showing the pictures, all the thing, and it was like, oh, it was over my head. I was not ready, evident, but getting closer. And then one day told me, no, you really need to go. This friend told me, okay, I will just go. And all my life, because of the kickboxing, I thought my belly was hard because of the abs I did when I was 16 years old. So it remained hard because if they hit you here, so you have to put it hard. So 7 years later, my abs were still hard, according to me, according to my logic. And I check with a big machine, 2 kinds of worms, all saturated. That thing was worms and inflammation in the gut.
So you know what's fat? It was with a lot of worms.
Inflammation and worms in the intestines. Like they were fighting for the neighborhoods inside of me. So,
I need to survive.
yeah.
Getting warfare.
And I wanted to eat junk food, burgers, 3-4 times a week. Like to the fast food, pizza, all of that. They were ruling my life. Brain fog. I didn't realize my
Was that,
mind
yeah.
was foggy and like dim. My conscious was dim because they were taking over. I cleared them out. Belly get soft.
You lose weight.
Lose weight. I lost 25 kilos, like 50 pounds. And then I was like, everybody has to go to Daniel. I started like bringing everybody to Daniel. And yeah, like
And after you learn with
I
him,
was learning with him. I was bringing everyone. I was so fascinated that I was learning along him, and he was explaining me extra things. And then I kind of was his legacy because, well, he had many enemies from the pharma in Argentina because he was using hydroxychloroquine, clearing cancer, lupus, like children with autism, taking away heavy metals. And yeah, people were like, no, you recommend CDS, that's bleach, and you know, like that policy. He had many enemies at the point. 1 year later, after all those incidents, there was a failure in his plane. He liked to fly. He crashed
when he passed away.
and passed.
Oh.
Luckily, I was for his funeral there to see his family, to his widow, and yeah, we said we have to keep bringing what he did, his legacy. So she shared me the 5,000 cases he has done. I kept going. I have saved almost 3,000 now. So I've learned a lot. He checked full teams, sport professional team players. We learned from that. He checked the natives, how they were healing their organs. He learned from that. And he kept trying, like for all kinds of people, all ages, there's something to improve. So that's why I invite persons to check their blind spots, because we all have them. Like even 2 months ago, I was having the blind spot of the mold, and even it appears in the machine. There's mold and bacteria, and it's like, but I don't know what to do about it. So, but now I know what to do. I connect with persons who have solutions. That's beautiful because there's a network of healthy persons around with solutions. And that's why I'm here. And the centers, the event centers, call me to see the before and after. I was invited to the Fruit Festival in the biggest fasting center of Costa Rica. It was the biggest fasting center of the world. But fasting. Like not eating anything. You pay to not eat. That's crazy. You just pay just to be there. Very expensive right now. Anyway, the Fruit Festival. That's a good business, guy. No, like the support and the Fruit Festival was right before the fasting period. They do 28 days.
Wow.
But the idea is that you nourish properly. And there were people that were not absorbing the things, were not in condition to get in there. And there's people that have serious condition and they were saved. At least 2 people canceled that fasting after checking themselves with the machines because they had mold, eating what they were eating. They were just feeding the mold with all that fruit.
Oh.
So they were about to go into a fasting while being eaten by the fungi. That there's things like that happening. So that's why, or with the parasites, or there's people that have ulcers or Crohn's disease, and they do not know why they are fat, and they do everything, and they have a hole in the intestine generating the waste in all the blood, and the body has to work a lot to take out things from where it should not be, right? So I see a lot of those things, especially when we eat so much processed food, erosive things. We never took care of like the old things that get stuck, people that don't do exercise, their bodies do not have the opportunity of pumping out. That was normal before. They say, yeah, but here in Costa Rica there's fruit all year. They just want to outsmart that. Yeah, but I don't see you climbing trees to get it. I don't see you running from the predators to earn that fruit. So that's epigenetics as well. The exercise is not just half an hour yoga, 1 hour or 2 hour gyms. We were doing 6 hours exercise per day, easy.
Wow.
That was before, and we are made for that. For running, hunting, climbing with the kids
Chopping
on
down
top.
trees to make fires. and
Yes,
Go down to the river to get your water, and yeah, your whole life was active.
exactly. And also with the barefoot, now I have the barefoot shoes that they are wide, so we are not shrinking the base of balance that generates so much problem. I had so much problem in my lower back. We are tall, so all of that lack of mobility and width shrinks and starts generating structural dysfunctionalities. And now being barefoot here, the feet starts spreading, the fascia of the feet also feels more where you are standing. That's a signal as well. When I am with the shamans and the natives from Peru and South America, it's not just silly things that they just touch the earth, give a kiss to the earth. It's not just symbolical stuff. When they give a kiss to the earth, they are giving a signal to the body from where they are, what's the environment like. So we are giving that input, same with the feet. So, and also when we, for example, pee or something in the trees, we are letting them know we are here. Like we have DNA in our thing. So it's a communication. So that's part of the epigenetics, the communication with nature and our bodies to match, to be coherent with where we are. So whenever we are here in this weather, tropical, water always yes, I will insist with the water. I can have some more tea. Other thing that happens a lot with the water here, talking about this, and we are 70% water, 80% water or rain. I have found a lot of heavy metals in the water, plus fluoride and chloride. So, heavy metals make it thick. When it's a lot of arsenic or lead from the pipes, it's harder to go intracellular, to permeate the membranes of the cell to really hydrate. That's why most people are dehydrated, because they drink thick water that doesn't hydrate and brings them heavy metals. And if it's in my source, water quell is in German. The fountain, they have like a, but all the people around has been building, there's sedimentation, and we need to clear out that.
A filter works if you have a filter in your house.
I recommend, first of all, if you have any filter of any sorts, better. At least to get out the chloride. At least to get out the chloride, good. Because the chloride, another problem that I find very often is chloride washes off your vitamin C. Most people have vitamin C problem because chloride instantly
Wash everything.
acts, requests from our body to bring out all the vitamin C to neutralize its effect. That's why then we don't generate the collagen because we're lacking vitamin C, and then the collagen does not generate certain proteins. That's like a chain reaction. So if you can take out chloride, amazing. If you can have pools that are not full of chloride and just with salt, those are amazing. The other thing is putting salt to the water.
Mm-hmm.
Salt to the water, not just the processed one, because also has heavy metal in the processing. Sal de piedra, that they are hand-picked.
The black lava salt, that one?
You can get Himalayan. Sometimes some Himalayan brands still have heavy metals, but it's better than the normal processed white thing. Or the sea salt, that is much more accessible. I am using sea salt from Chubut. That's what I brought. I put some pinches in there, and that's going to be more hydrating than just plain water.
You put some what?
Salt.
Ah,
Pinch of
salt.
Salt. Those are things to start improving. Just few things: quality of the breathing, water, quality of the movement, as we did. The quality of the movement accompanied with the breathing, so the body accompanies. It's like, okay, we're in this together. We're just not having accidents. As I had this hernia because of just moving a little bit wrong in the wrong situation where the body was tense, clack, gets out. Like when we are inflamed inside the organs, and we just keep pushing, did an unconscious movement, clack. This hernia, the sciatica, it happens those things. And then the body is such a machine, such a miracle machine that adapts to everything, that we just keep going like that in life. We just keep going like that. Like, when I get adjusted in the chiropractor, now I know I got a punch. It's like, oh, okay, tomorrow I have to adjust my jaw. But you realize, for example, the strength of the legs. You are this out, you're super weak. Everything's connected. You get this adjusted, you can keep the leg there again. Same with other things. I fight and stuff like that. I did a wrong movement because I didn't have the rotating calf that many tennis players have. Rotating calf. It's all the time in these positions. We're in these positions here, driving. So we never have these muscles trained. And then the tendons get out of place and the muscles stop working. Like, you just try to do that and it's like, because the tendon is out of sync. And with these exercises, we can adjust ourselves, or I recommend some maintenance. Osteopath if it's more soft, you need it, or chiropractor if you are living very tense and need to recalibrate.
So would you recommend doing those same exercises we just did every day, every morning when you wake up?
Those are the basics ones. Those are for the spine. In theory, when you do it well, you're pulling here the spine tissues a little bit further away, here as well. This one's up. So you are giving some breathing space. There are others for the vagus nerve and the traps that we are all the time tense. So there are others that I recorded as well. Those are amazing. For the head, I've been teaching the ones for the head because there are so many muscles of expression here that are stuck. And when we kind of twist and play around and breathing, it's like we allow that movement to happen again. I was like very tough. Certain expressions that were rigid. And then I realized, oh, I didn't have this movement available. That's good. Sometimes they are doing something and you can always massage your face. Like I have a guasha like in my pocket and things like that, or even with the fingers, and you can find the trigger points, and this is always good because it gives an opportunity to release. So there's always a signal we can be giving to our body to let go. Otherwise, we are trying to fight against our nature, and fascia, the tissue that covers all inside the muscle, wraps up all the nerves, is everywhere fascia. If you see just the fascia, is the full body, like keeps the same. You can see the whole body just made of it by fascia. The fascia, the composition, is as strong as metal. So trying to fight against to put the metal in its place, doesn't make sense. We have to go with it, for it to let go. That's why we do these opposite forces. There's one force to another. We're doing torques and spirals, how all nature works. So I'm passionate about that. And that's more physical. We have been talking about water, what we're eating, by cycles, the organs, the lymph, the yoga is amazing to keep the movement. And exercise, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. Like people, when they say, I'm deficient on this vitamin and I'm not producing whatever, there's no way around exercise. It's what should I take? It's like, your organs will not work fine until you move. And there's like no pill, nothing, like there's no replacement for movement. No sauna, it will not make the effect. People here like, it can be for maintenance, but it will not solve like, it will not melt the fat that you have. No, it does not work like that. Like the only way to burn calories is through breathing, and you have to burn and move the things around. And yes, cycle with quality water helps a lot. I'm not having parasites, heavy metals, having the proper nutrition, amino acids is essential. Body. And now the spiritual. Spiritual.
Let me
Yes.
just interrupt a second. So for the water, we travel a lot. There's all different things in the water that you drink, and it's hard to find, pure water. But purified water, mineral water, spring water, do you have a recommendation?
Good. Thank you for this. I do reverse osmosis. People against it, I have been talking with all the experts of everyone. No, but you're taking away all the minerals. You're taking it like this still water. Yes, but I prefer to clear everything that it has because I do not know what they put in there. And also has like hormones that make you gay. So yeah. There's a lot of gay people and confused people and hormonized men because they are showering in hormonized water.
Whoa.
And women's their hormones of women, like there's studies in Miami where like in Miami the frogs in the sewers become gay because of the hormones. So that's a very good warning.
It's a very good one.
Like it's like you don't want that to be you don't want that to be disrupting your thoughts and hormones because we are soaking through the skin and through the water. Other blind spot, the ice. People make ice with the tap water. No, I do all things with reverse osmosis that has nothing.
Where do you get that when you're traveling?
I do my best. Usually I take a filter, a zero water filter. That's the best, more portable. And in here I get the Huturna that they installed it for $45. You have like cold water for my mate. It's like ready. Like you just have the mate ready. And yeah, life is good with that. And then you add the salt. Then you add the things that you want on it. So the good minerals.
Yeah.
And you save all the electrolyte expensive water because it's just add salt. Just add salt and a little bit of lemon if you want to activate it. But you need to be buying electrolyte pulver stuff. That works. There you save a lot of money and issues just with the quality of the water. So, any more on the physical body?
No, I just think you do.
I have to, my next work appointment, I have to leave in like 15 minutes. And
Perfect.
I really don't want to leave.
Perfect.
But I do want to do an appointment so I can get that whole.
Excellent. We're going to do a space for you to check up
Where do you live?
in Puerto Nuevo. But I have my massages here in Ojochal, so I can bring the machine. So, the metaphysical reasons are so important as well because in the machine also shows if there's a past life, if you are in a, as it happened to me in Costa Rica, in a shamanic place, like a energy vortex, it triggers things. We are multidimensional beings in many different places at the same time. So we sometimes are, for example, where I was living, it was like a native sacred spot in Osara. And the people there is like, they just do cows and farming the stuff, right? So they just go with the tractor in there and they keep finding vessels and things from the people that were before. Nobody cared what was in there. They start building complex for a spa and everything. And accidents started happening. Like people like short-circuiting, electrocuting, burning, falling. It was like, why? Why we have this bad luck, you know? And it was because there was an altar there. There was an altar there in that spot. And it's like, hey guys, like I think that we saw some flowers here before. Let's like just put some flowers and it calmed down. But that's totally true. Like the respect. For example, I just was in Thailand 2 months ago, and every place has a house for saying hi and paying respects to the spirit of the place. That's beautiful. You pay respects to the spirit of the place, and that's, you know, makes peace with where you are. You're welcome. Like every place has an energy. That would be nice to teach here in Costa Rica, especially for the gringos that come and build everything. And yeah, those things we can see in the machine, and cases that we somatize. The body is listening the transmission, is somatizing what the soul is expressing.
Yeah.
The best case was from my teacher. I have many cases, but this is the most impressive one. Lung cancer, stage 4. They just told him, just live your last 2 weeks, sort out yourself for your last 2 weeks, we are done. He goes to my teacher of past life regressions. Technically, we stopped calling regressions. We are integrating now our lives. So he goes to integrate that life, but goes back to a war in Ireland. He was fighting in Ireland. It was just horses. So he was in the horse. He gets hit. He falls, and the horse crush his lungs. The trauma of his soul was stuck in that with his lungs crushed.
Wow.
He retrieves that life, lets it go, remission.
Lung cancer.
Lung cancer stage 4, gone. So those things are like that, and all doctors who came here are like, that's true. We have seen cases like that, that's true. Like thyroid issues, I have people, or like addictions itself, like smoking or things like that, or like neck or the thyroid, all things here, they still have the rope. They have been hacked, or they have themselves. Some the ones who are self-destructive, they have themselves. But that's true. And we remove the rope, we remove the thing that was stabbed, and it gets calmed down. All that integration, you're more whole, and that part of your soul is not fractured, broadcasting that. So that's why I also do the past life integrations or Akashic records, that you see if there's something even from the lineage, because we are not just ourselves. We are like a compound of genes expressing out with certain timing. And there was this great grandpa that at 55 died, and it's like suddenly clicks 55, and suddenly you have the same thing that the great grandpa. Those codes, we can revert them. That's why it's epigenetics. It's like, okay, we inherit genes, but those genes can be activated or not according to what we do, the habits we do. So that's the way to not inherit. My family has pancreas, whatever, diabetes. My family has heart. Yeah, because you are doing as they do.
Right.
but you can change your
yeah.
destiny. And that's what's so fulfilling, because we can improve so much. Like even like I'm so positive of everything I found that even death has solution. Even death has solution. I'm that positive, you know. It's like it's not the end, and you can like rescue yourself from death, or go into the imminent death that we are all going to have more peaceful. Like you did your best, you resolved all what you could do with what was given to you, and that's what I attain and try to share everyone to live the best life, the healthiest possible, and whenever death comes to our door, we can welcome it. We are just fulfilled in peace. We did our best. And as the angel, as they call it, the angel of transformation, the Toltecs. It's like we just transform. We just have to be in peace that we did our best. We took care of the vessel that was given to us. Yeah, this is why also I'm passionate about Da Vinci. That was like all looking into this. Like he was into the healing arts, the art of war. That's why I fight. That's why I like to keep protected and the harmony that is the warriors. You know, the warriors keep the harmony of your territory. So yeah, I have no mercy with the parasites. There's people, maybe here there's more people that are more chillaxing with the parasites, but I first shoot, then we see who was, and then we restore all this stuff. Well, last thing that is invisible, electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation, I have seen reports that, first of all, disrupt the nervous system. We are with the phone here, the nerves of the stomach are flinching because are sensitive to the signal. I see a lot of problems in the womb and the stomach with the phones here. Here. Also, people here, it's radiating all the time. And the brain fog. People get disrupted. They lowers the coefficient of the memory because they are with the pins, with the notes, and so the short span memory is disrupted all the time. And we all think now we are ADHD and special, and no, we have been put these things in our hands that are disrupting and are made to hook us. So I also coach on how to manage our technology use for our nervous system regulation and the EMF, the radiation. Whenever we can put airplane mode in the phones, take away the Wi-Fi, and I have a pendant. Right now I forgot it in my bed. I was taking a nap, and I sleep with a pendant that clears out the radiation, so I sleep better. Yeah, those are the things I wanted to warn you and bring awareness to, and everything has a solution. So if you have any problem, we will find a solution.
Thank you so much. This was so
And also,
amazing.
you attend in your place, but you come to the houses also,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So if you want an appointment with
Yes.
with Santiago, he can come to the house,
Yes,
no?
I install the machines at your place, and if you are living here, I also check like the quality of the water and the radiation. Those are things that I like to see.
And soon the mold.
I achieve for them all.
Okay, well, I
So,
definitely would like to connect. Thank you
yes.
so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you,
I
Sandy.
really appreciate it.
After I did it, I said it's unacceptable that every doctor's office does not have this. They should have this done before you do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I was very skeptical, but the results that it gave back were things that I was expecting. So I was like, okay, I'll pay attention. And then I looked it up, and I mean, it's really fascinating.
So
Yes.
found things that you suspected, but you didn't tell him, he found it on his own.
Correct.
Here, thank you so
Thank
much.
you for
Thank you
coming.
so much for, I have all kinds of people here that I'm thinking we need to introduce it to. Because people.
Everyone, really.
Right.
Yeah. Also, what I found, I got a training with a team in Argentina. Right now, I learned we were 3.5 hours. We could not stop updating, and it's like many people cross-check with the lab studies from the blood, and the machines measure what is inside of the cell. That's only what's going on inside of the. So
Pretty
he
well.
told me that's why sometimes they don't match because this is not entering the cell. So yeah, you are having this running around and not passing the membrane of the cell. So that's good.
Well,
Okay.
they come here.
For your birthday?
When's your birthday? Monday.
Happy birthday.
Yay, Sanchez.
Adriana's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh,
sí.
okay. So
Somos
yours
un día
is, hers is
aparte.
Friday,
También.
yours Saturday, and I'm Monday.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
Capricorns. Surrounded by Capricorns.
Yeah,
Sagittarius.
I'm Capricorn. No, I'm
Sagittarius.
Capricorn.
That's true.
Capricorn.
I'm
21,
just
that's
on
true.
the cusp of being a Cap.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I did all the things of a Capricorn. So.
Love it.
All right. Thank you so much. for
Thank
bringing
you,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye,
Thank
bye.
you.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
I'll see you later.
See, how are we the time? We passed, right? Okay.